So some poor drones are going to get picked off right here, and this expansion looks like it's going to die for the second time. And our Zerg player is building up 8 Ultralisks and 6 Hydralisks. So we'll see if that's going to be enough to fight off this Protoss army. Once again, the Protoss is definitely in a commanding lead right now. Whoa! And those Ultralisks spawn right there in front of him. And thought these Ultralisks were going to come from behind, but he forgot about them. These Ultralisks just fighting by themselves. But it looks like there's going to be, these Ultralisks are going to be enough. Well, 2 more coming from this other expansion. And it looks like those Storms aren't going to be doing much against these Ultralisks. So actually fighting off that army with some clutch Ultralisks spawning. So he's going to have to rebuild those expansions. Once again, he does have the money for it. He does have 700 and 1,400 gas. So our Protoss player right now has a bunch of bank, 5,300, 5,400 resources. He's really, I don't know how long this expansion. Wow, this is a big mistake on this Protoss player's part. This gas has been up the entire time, and he has not been mining at all from it. He really needs gas more than he does minerals at this point. That's one thing you definitely need to keep an eye on is your economy, because if you don't watch your economy and don't manage it properly, you can lose the game because of something silly as, you know, having way too many probes harvesting resources as opposed to harvesting gas. While he does have access to gas, he could have 3 more in here, 1 more in here, 3 in here. He does look like he's saturated there, and he builds another simulator here, and he just quickly put units on there. That's extremely important right now. So he's still sticking to these Warp Gates and Colossus play. Looks like he's getting some Void Rays, and Phoenix's Void Rays will do fairly decent against those Corruptors. Especially if those Corruptors are busy focusing Colossus, those Void Rays will get charged up and trash them. And of course, Void Rays are great against Ultralisks. But you have some ginormous jaws there. Those things are crazy looking. Anyway, there's this probe right here. This is so hilarious. Look at this. This probe is sitting right here behind this Xel'Naga tower, getting complete vision of his entire enemy forces, and he sees this long distance mining coming in here. And all this guy has to do is go bloop, bloop, and then he denies all that information. So a little bit of mistake there by him. And he hasn't really been using this observer to scout too much. He definitely needs to be running this thing back and forth between all these expos, keeping an eye on these expos. So we have an Overlord up here checking out that. So looks like he is saturating all his gas, except for this one. He's forgot about this gas the Protoss player has. So we see the level 3 armor upgrade for the ground units for the Zerg being upgraded. And the level 3 attack upgrade. So doing very good on his upgrades. Our Zerg player. Protoss player definitely falling behind in upgrades. Still at 1 armor upgrade, 2 attack upgrade. He's going to make a bunch of sentries, but those things are going to be very useless against those Ultralisks. As with one of the more recent patches, Ultralisks can now crush force fields. So those force fields aren't going to be too handy. He does see all these Ultralisks. I would really like to see him build some Immortals. I'd like to see him throw down another. Actually, he does have an Immortal. He's paying attention. It's a good job for him. He really needs to get a second robotics facility, or even a third, considering how much money he has, and just pump out like 4 or 5 Immortals. They would trounce these Ultralisks with their damage, doing 55 damage to this. What is this? I wonder if Matt is just taunting him, and those Ultralisks are like, ha ha! Aha! I'll show you what I'll do to your force fields, and they're like, let's fight. So the fight is on, and oh my gosh, those Ultras are just doing so much damage up front, and those Hydras just melted to those Colossus focus fire, and that Protoss player just was like, just got slaughtered right there, and he's laughing about it. I did like the force field there to taunt the Zerg player, and Afflixion deciding to crush those force fields. It's kind of like street racing or whatever. I can imagine in some movie where, you know, one guy pulls up to the red light and he revs his engine, the other guy revs his engine back, and they give each other glares, and then the race is on. So that was a hilarious moment right there. So our Zerg player still doesn't have Burrow. 36 minutes into this game, he should definitely have Burrow by now. He could be regenerating these Ultralisks at the moment. 1-1 upgrade still for his Corruptors. And here's an Overlord here, so Matt decides the cheapest way to kill an Overlord is build a pylon and do photon cannons. Oh, that's hilarious. Instead of use all of his AA, all of his air, and this Overlord, if this Overlord gets away, and that Overlord does get away, So Matt, middle note, build your pylons farther apart, get us around on that Overlord. Anyway, so our Zerg player now getting a bunch of expansions up. He's getting the adrenal glands and making a ton of Langs, and our Protoss player has done a big tech switch. He's been going, look at all these Void Rays he's made off one stinking Stargate. And look at his gas. Oh my gosh, he's so low on gas. It's 11,000 minerals. It looks like we're going to have some chat here. This is probably the most fun and epic ZVP I've ever played, and then Matt seems to agree. So, whoa, here we go. These are all those Void Rays coming. I was not paying attention to that. So it looks like Matt was feeling that those Ultralisks were too much, and now he's got the unit that's going to kill those Ultralisks, but he still has to deal with those Hydralisks and Corruptors. Those Hydralisks will tear through Void Rays very quickly. He does have one attack upgrade for his air, and now pumping up from 4 Stargates. He does have a Dark Shrine, but where is a DT at? I haven't seen a single DT harass this whole game. Very powerful wall off right there. But yeah, he made this Dark Shrine and hasn't made any DTs. There's one. I guess he's on break. And he's got some idle units here, a bunch of idle workers. Looks like he's down to mining from 2 bases. He could easily take this expansion. And a mothership is coming out now. Let's see if he chrono boosts that thing. He's got more than enough energy to chrono boost it. Excuse me. So this last fight is going to be quite interesting. I think Affliction is going to get steamrolled right now. He needs to run this Overlord right up here because he doesn't see. Look at this. Look at what he sees. He sees like a Colossus, robotics facility and a forge. And then look at this. He's missing 4 Stargates and all these Void Rays. He hasn't seen a single Void Ray. He's just been stockpiling these Void Rays like crazy. Affliction really is going to, I think he's going to lose the game coming up pretty soon against his mothership and Void Ray, but a Nidus network is being built. Let's see if he goes on the offensive with this Nidus network, takes out an expansion, or if he's going to build his own expansion with it. They're my answer to your Storm plus Colossus. So he is completely correct. Ultralisks are very good against Storm and Colossus, but their answer for everything. Well, unfortunately for Affliction, Ultralisks aren't the answer to Void Rays, and I think we're going to learn that very soon. Oh no! He's going to find out the hard way. He's going to walk straight into this base full of Void Rays, and he's going to have to retreat. He probably thinks he's going to come in here and crush them, but these Void Rays are going to just be like, what's up, and just kill everything. So look at these long stream of Lings coming out. So many Lings coming out. I think these Void Rays are just killing them before they even get to their location. Those Void Rays just killed. Wow, wow, there's so much damage killing off the retreat. My computer just lagged it for a second. Oh, look how fast that Ultralisk is dropping. Watch as soon as these Void Rays get charged up. Look at that. That is disgusting. And now the mothership is out. These Ultralisks are just going to die for no good reason. He kills a couple buildings. But, oh man, these Void Rays and mothership are just going to own him so badly. He's doing a bunch of damage with this, but actually more damage than I thought. He really needs to control these Void Rays better. I wonder if he does have that speed upgrade? No, he does not have that speed upgrade for those Void Rays. He should have definitely got that considering how many Void Rays he has. So, wow, we actually had a big transition here into some anti-air with some Mutas and Corruptors and Hydralisks. So we'll see if this is going to be a big enough fight. Matt really needs to slow down those Void Rays and fight with the mothership. There he goes. He's turning back around. Very smart. Abuse the ability of the mothership and some DTs coming in. Those some things will be able to take out these Hydras in advance. And then Immortal, it was a Dark Immortal there for a second. And some Dark High Templars as they are invisible underneath the cloak of the motherships. So this is a big fight coming up right now. Ooh, there's an Overseer in the fight. So we may see some epic storms right here on top of all these units. Oh, nice. Those storms did quite a bit of damage around those Mutas. Look how much damage. Wow. Down to 40 life off one storm. So now these DTs are pushing up here and just chopping away some guts at the Hydra. Let's gonna make a steak out of them. It looks like we're gonna have a fight right here. A bunch of Void Rays, so many Void Rays, but focus fire going down with those Mutas. He needs a Vortex, half of that army, and he's just sending that mothership at first. He does Vortex, but he doesn't. Oh, that was horrible Vortex. Oh, let's see if these Void Rays are gonna do worse than these Mutas. There are Corruptors there too. He's gonna do any contamination. Doesn't look like it yet. These Void Rays are totally slaughtering that Muta army. And this Vortex, I want to see what he Vortexed, like 5 Hydras and some Lings. That was a complete waste. but it doesn't seem to matter. It looks like these Void Rays are going to be enough to take this fight and give our Protoss player the win. There are 18 Hydralisks being made at the moment. These Lings are going to do nothing. They need to get out of there. They need to go kill something. They have their adrenal glands. There you go. They're not going to do anything, just sitting around, Lings. Go kill some buildings. So we're going to have a bunch of Hydralisks coming out here at some point. Both players scared of islands or something, not wanting to go to islands, but that's definitely going to make or break this game. If one of those players took that expansion at the island, or even both expansions, they could have had a huge economic advantage right now. So many Hydras out, and they're going to pick off that one Void Ray over here. So Void Rays is down to 7 Void Rays at the moment. And these Lings are just running like the swarm through this base right now, chopping up everything. And he's going to lose this entire base. And it looks like we're going to have a good old-fashioned base race at this point, killing that Ultralisk Cavern. I don't really see the point in that. He really needs to go for the Hydralisk Den. Oh, these Hydras are going to come in and kill all the Void Rays. No! Oh, Matt was not paying attention to that right there. Lost the majority of his army. He's at... Oh, he's completely mined out. These players must have signed some agreement and decided not to go for the expansions on the islands. And then Matt saying, "Good game. You just got too big. Good game. Both players think good game." So had a very long game right there, back and forth, and the win goes to the Zerg player at the end of the day.